Hello everyone, and it is your friendly unknown YouTuber, the Unusual Huntsman. Sorry, I'm never gonna do that again. Hello everybody, it is your... God damn it, God! Hey guys. Hello everyone, and welcome back to your friendly unknown YouTuber, the Unusual Huntsman. We're going to continue God's Basement. Where we last left off, we were staring at a TV screen where we saw someone staring around a corner, and we're getting the idea that we think that the grandma committed the murder of our parents. Let's not have a recap of that, please. Okay. I'm entering my first year of high school. I'm pretty nervous about it, but excited at the same time. My grandmother was recently diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. The diagnosis didn't really faze her. Seems like less lively these days, just listening to the radio or TV most of the time. Okay, so that white noise thing in the beginning of the house section. I tried to talk to her about current events and casual topics, but her response are more bleak and dull than they used to be. I wouldn't describe her aurora as depressing or gloomy. A more precise word would be hollow or empty. It's almost as if a part of her has drifted off somewhere and is yet to return. She would have episodes like this before, but the frequency and length of the episodes seem to be increasing. James. So with all the empty frames. Anything in here? Close. Does this lamp turn on? Nah, don't turn on. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving along this hallway, see if we can find anything. This is creepy. Gosh, even when I got a little daylight in this room, this game is pretty fucking creepy. Okay, nothing out of the ordinary there. A fucking flower with a hand. I knew they were behind all of this. I had my fucking suspicions. Wait a second, this looks familiar. Are they pulling some PT shit on me? No. Stop flickering. James, I'm sorry to bother you, but I misplaced my keys somewhere. Can you please find them for me? Just place them next to this note once you find them, Grandma. Fuck, I gotta find her keys. Today I landed a part-time job tutoring my neighbor's kid. Can't get a real job yet. I'm only 14, but at least this will give me some kind of income. Regarding my grandmother's health, there have been no major changes. She remains uninterested and particularly distant. Whenever I interact with her, something kind of strange happened today. I caught her having a conversation with the radio. Thing is, the radio was off the whole time. She's arguing back and forth with it as if it was a real human. It kind of reminded me of the crazy people you have to deal with when taking the public transit. It's kind of messed up that I found it just a little bit funny. I'll probably be sent to hell for laughing at it, but I couldn't help it. I have a sick sense of humor. I love her to death, and it pains me to see her deteriorating like this. I hope she gets better, James. Grandma, I can't find your keys. They're nowhere, okay? You don't need keys. You shouldn't even be out driving, crazy girl. They're not in here. Oh, they are. What do you know? God, I don't like this. It's so enclosed. Like, if the horror game took place in the city, I'd feel fine. But, like, this doesn't take place in the city and it's in an enclosed hallway. I feel, like, claustrophobic, I get. Are you lost? No, but are you lost? Last night I caught my grandmother staring at a painting in the middle of the hallway. It's literally a blank piece of paper she was staring at. At least I have some good news. I earned a raise from my tutoring job, and I've started tutoring another kid. Okay, so busy throughout the summer. So I was taking care of my grandma. So we're doing that and taking care of her grandma. Say something. Oh, no, I didn't mean to actually get something out of that. Okay. Is there another one over here that we're missing? Ah, wait. This didn't come up with anything. Will you forgive he never. Wait, is this a puzzle? Because they don't disappear. He never will forget. No, where's forgive? Go away, you. He will never forgive you. He will never. Fuck, I don't want to progress now. This game's just... it's heating up too much for me. Okay. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of plates breaking. I dashed out of my room to see what was happening. I started in the kitchen, repeatedly trying to carry a plate from the kitchen to the dining room. While walking over to the dining room, she would drop the plate and repeat the process. I walked over to her and guided her back to her bedroom. I set up a small barricade so she wouldn't be able to get out so easily. She could have really hurt herself. Maybe I should just set up a barricade so she doesn't get out of her room at night. I'm in the middle of my second year of high school right now, and it's been really hard balancing school, friends, and taking care of my grandmother. Most of the time I have to turn down social events because I have to stay home and make sure she doesn't do anything crazy. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. God, it doesn't make me feel better when the doors went open. So it keeps repeating that. That's what gives off the PT vibes. I mean, the candle seems to be the only thing, so just... I mean, we can stare at this, I guess. I think we're making progress. This place he does not dwell. Hell. God is not... So if... in this place he does not hell. God is not present. No one here will help you. Okay. The whole red candle thing's making... Oh, okay, so we stare at her. Don't jump scare me, please. Just go away. Son of a bitch, man. I'm ready. I'm sitting, like, I'm all the way back. If you could tell, my voice is just... I'm this far back. I'm ready for anything. Oh, thank God. Loading screen. See you guys when the loading screen's done. Did our game just revert progress, or why the fuck are we back here? I really want to be done with this place. I'm really at the point where I prefer the office more than this place. This is just, it's a lot more gloomy, more closed and creepy. It's kind of, with all this static, I'll probably play this as a little short game because it's not that long, but reminds me a lot of the, it's darker, the static speaks my name. Okay. I'm sorry to worry about the future. Grandma's condition continues to get worse. She's gonna stay like, is she gonna stay like this for the rest of her life? I hope not. What will happen if I leave for college? Who's gonna take care of her the way it is now? I can barely leave her alone for 2 seconds without breaking something. I'm currently in my 3rd year of high school, so I have a little bit of time to think about that. Hopefully I'll come up with a solution later. ... James! So, why not just put her in an institution? Have her institutionalized or something like that. A lot of people have a bad conception of what exactly that is. Ugh. I mean, the thing that I like about psychological horrors is, yes, I find them to be probably one of the more creepier games out there. But, so we need a hammer. It's also... I also find when there's monsters chasing you around, I find it to take away from the game a lot. In that it takes away from the atmosphere and the actual scare of the game. Like with Outlast, it's a phenomenal game. With Amnesia, it takes breaks to spook you out with the ambience rather than having a giant monster chase after you the entire time. And with this game, as far as I know, the grandmother, who I'm assuming is the monster, doesn't necessarily chase after you. It's moments where it's more of a jump scare instead. I just entered my senior year of high school, and it's time to start thinking about what happens after high school. I recently applied for a scholarship. It would pay for basically all my expenses, including tuition, room, and board, and everything else. My biggest issue right now is my grandmother. We don't really have any relatives or anyone to take care of her besides me. Will I have to take care of her the rest of my life? The answer seems to be yes. Her condition keeps getting worse and worse. I know this is selfish, but I feel quite bitter about this current situation. I keep having to make sacrifices for her sake. Hopefully, I'll think of a solution sooner rather than later. Hey, you bitch. What are you doing? Don't jump through me. Don't jump through the screen. What is she doing? Good God, if she's on the other side of the door, I'm done. And we can end this episode short. And I'll just add on another separate clip of... I didn't touch the door. I did not touch the door. I didn't hit E. I did not touch it. I did not touch it. Oh, hey, Grandma. Are you lost? How can you be lost if you have nowhere to go? Are you scared? Are you frightened? Are you without hope? Are you without God?
Are you lost? How can you be lost if you have nowhere to go? Are you scared? Are you frightened? Are you without hope? Are you without God?
Okay, operator. I thought I'm supposed to trust you and you're supposed to be like good and shit, but as of right now, you're kind of more fucking freaky now. Can't get into the same level as Grandma, except Grandma doesn't talk. Can I close the door? No, I can't do my own safety. I have great news. I was one of the recipients for the scholarship. There is a downside though. I can only use it on certain colleges. The lists they gave me are too far away to commute on a daily basis from our house and the college. So I got popped my neck. Ugh. I can't get my left side. So I would definitely have to move. The problem there is that no one would be able to take care of my grandmother. I can't just leave her. She can't cook or buy groceries or do anything by herself. Practically her caretaker rather than a grandson. If I leave her, she'll probably wind up dead from starvation or some sort of accident. It feels like I don't have many options here. Dun, dun, dun. James! I mean, you kind of said the viable option there yourself. You said caretaker. Okay. There's a candle again. So less lights. Let's check this drawer again because we've been able to open this one every time. Nothing there. Are you leaving me too? Whew. Fuck. I'm out. Okay. Nothing there now. Okay, still candlelit room. Check to see if there's anything different in the drawer this time. Ah! And the hammer's covered in blood. I realize that now. The fact that there's a process is what worries me. And what also worries me is what can be on the other side of this door. Don't really want to know what's on the other side of this door if I'm entirely honest. But it doesn't seem like we have a choice. Hello? Hello, is anyone there? Can I come in? Okay, I think it's safe. Ah, that wasn't too bad. So I wonder if the boards signify every time we barricaded her inside a room from like the dishes and stuff, because it said, oh, barricade her, blah, 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 blah. So I'm wondering if that has to do with that specifically. Okay, bye. Fuck. Okay, I'm getting all the way back here. I'm all the way back here. Okay. Kind of predicted without one that time, but, you know. On the ready. Okay, yes! Back to the office. Oh, man. Okay. Still got our flashlight. That's cool.
James, it's been a while since our last encounter. That was a lot of information to absorb. I hope you got most of it, but I'll try to summarize the best that I can. You were trying your hardest to get by high school while also taking care of your grandmother, along with holding a part-time job. At the end of high school, you had amazing grades and received a full-ride scholarship. The only problem was you would have to leave your grandmother to attend college. She raised you all by herself after your parents passed away. It tore you up inside, knowing that you would have to abandon her to move forward in your life. Slowly but surely, her condition kept deteriorating, to the point where it was an extreme burden to provide care for her. You had to make a choice, abandon her and move on with your life, or throw away a full-ride scholarship and sacrifice your potential to take care of her. Are you ready to find out what choice you made? This is kind of exciting, isn't it? Well, I won't make you wait any longer. You chose to stay. You felt that it would be wrong to abandon her, especially when she needed you the most. She took care of you when you were abandoned, right? You were just returning the favor. If you haven't noticed, this area represents your old job. The one you worked while taking care of your grandmother after you graduated. First thing you should probably do is sign in. Enter the door to your left and find your ID card. I'll speak to you soon. Good luck.
Okay, so we abandoned college to say. I'm actually going to do something real fast. I'll be right back. See you guys in a moment. Okay, so we need to enter the door on the left. In case I think I forgot to mention this in the intro. If I can't manage to cut it in, I think I'm only going to release videos once a week just due to the length that I have, so it doesn't seem overwhelming. Until maybe we can grow the subscriber base, we can drop 2 and maybe a side video all at the same time. But as for now, we're starting out as a new channel. We're going to stick to probably at least 1 video at a time for every week, especially with my job since I have the weekends off. So I think that's how we'll do things. Please sign in. Number of boxes organized. What does it mean by organized? Ah. Okay, 50 of these.
James, are you having fun organizing those boxes?
Yes?
Are those boxes heavy? It must get pretty tiring doing this 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Hey, I think you missed one. Look over there, in the corner.
In the corner? Which corner? Yeah, I'm trying to grab that one, but I can't.
Does it get tiring? Doing this job day after day, only to come home having to care for your elderly grandmother.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really getting a time to break. I mean, I get a lot of people would justify what he's doing to take care of his grandmother, but at such a young age, you shouldn't have to sacrifice so many experiences that are so necessary to growing up. I mean, he could have found a caretaker. He said he couldn't find family. He could have found a retirement home or something like that where they could have done proper care. But as it's being phrased is there was no hope, I suppose. Or he just couldn't afford it, and that was implied. So many of them.
Do you ever feel regret? Maybe you should have just taken the scholarship and ran off.
So see the thoughts we're having in our head, by any chance?
Think of all the potential you wasted. Was it worth it? Doing the same thing every single day.
Oh, that's the text I probably saw was this instead.
To get home, or do you find this job more tedious than taking care of her?
I wouldn't blame him.
Like I'm trying to belittle you, but I'm just relaying the thoughts you had at the time.
So he is reflecting our thought process that we had. Alright, we're almost there.
It's an interesting concept, isn't it? Sacrificing the future for the present. Sacrificing all that potential to have a clear conscience. Was it worth it?
You're asking the wrong person. I wouldn't know. Honestly, I'd be pretty upset being stuck with this job too, so I really don't blame him. Okay, I think one more box. One more box.
Wow, great job, James. Are you ready to start all over again tomorrow?
Okay. See, Golden Gate Bridge, pretty cool. Awesome place to go. Highly recommend it if you haven't. Okay, next chapter, or sequence act. God damn it, are we back at the house? I didn't want to be back here. Achievement unlock, welcome home. Nothing there. Oh, so that's how we check out items. 9:59. That's late. Sorrow. Okay, we'll go check this out. What the fuck am I doing with a hammer? Building barricade. Why can't we go to sleep? Are we missing something? What exactly is it that we're missing? That wasn't here before. Clean up broken plates. Hide kitchen knife under bed. Check emails on phones. Nail the door. We did that. Turn off all lights. Go to bed. That wasn't there before. Is there a garbage can that we can throw these away into? No? But there's a achievement for cleaning up the plate. Okay, so there's another set of broken plates. Okay, there we go. It's not really a good hiding spot for the knife. I mean, you can really still see that, if I'm entirely honest. Reach emails. It's unfortunate that you declined your scholarship program. Thank you for applying. We hope that it's successful. Okay. Okay, I didn't know you could search those more than once. Okay, that's one light. That's another light. Okay. Kitchen. This is a really nice house. This would be fun to flip or something like that. Clean it up some more. Let's close that. Any more drawers open over here? Close that. Turn that off. Why does the light switch have to be like all the way over here? Who the fuck left the lights on too while you're gone? Do we honestly just let the grandma roam around while we're gone? I'm surprised there wasn't a light switch right there. Okay. The fuck was that sound? Who's walking around the house? The grandma's fucking barricaded. Something here ain't right. She's looking for the knife, I bet. I thought I heard knocking. Oh god, it's so fucking loud. Go away, Grandma. Go to bed. Jesus. Okay, now she's walking outside, it sounds like. Did you hear that? Okay, the knife is still here. That's good. For some reason we can't turn on the lights now. I'm backing away from my monitor. What the fuck do you want now? Huh? Here, I'll come to you. What do you want? Pain, are you full of it? Patience, are you out of it? When will your suffering end? Wondering that too.
Pain, are you full of it? Patience, are you out of it? James, when will your suffering end? You wanted her to die, didn't you? Not for her sake, but for your own.
Hold on, I gotta check my email.
You yearned for her death, not because her suffering would cease. It was because yours would cease as well.
Am I supposed to be able to read that? Today I found my laptop broken. I left her alone for just a few minutes while I was in the bathroom. I guess she walked into my bedroom and had an episode. I'll have to drain my savings in order to replace it. Nothing different.
Do you feel the resentment pulsating through your veins? Do you feel the last breath of patience exiting your body? Do you feel the rage welling up, overflowing, displacing empathy, sympathy, and love? Do you hear it? It's calling you. A way out. Follow it. Let it guide you.
This is creepy. It's creepy. Okay. Think we're on the last act. I'm not too sure. 2 dead in a fatal car crash. We know. So I've been answering your calls. I know it wasn't your fault. We know. Never answered any of my calls. We know. Brutally murdered. We know. What?
While sifting through some old boxes, you found an interesting set of documents that revealed the truth about your past. Your grandparents were involved in an accident that killed your grandfather and your infant brother. It wasn't your grandmother's fault entirely, but your parents couldn't help but put the blame on her. With no family or friends left, living a hopeless and bleak existence, your grandmother decided to murder them. With your parents out of the way, she could raise you all by herself. Her desire was selfish and evil. That was all you needed. A way to justify her death, a way to break the burden of taking care of her. Do you remember what you did? I'll walk you through it once more, just in case you've forgotten.
Okay. So he said, do you remember what we did to her? So maybe something bad happened. I don't know. Lights are all red now. I mean, the lights are on at least. Get the knife. Get the new radio. Get the phone. Place the knife on her bed. Replace the old radio. Place the phone on the table. Wait outside her room. Something's eerie about this. Get the knife. Is this really gonna go as planned though? Knife. Radio. Phone.
Yes, I'm talking to you. Are you listening to me? I know that I might seem suspicious, but for now, I'm going to need you to trust me. Are you in pain? Do you want that pain to go away? I can do exactly what I say. Don't worry.
What the
Very
fuck?
soon you won't feel any pain at all. You won't have to suffer any longer. The first thing I want you to do is to grab the knife on your bed. You're doing a great job. It's very sharp, so please be careful with it. The next step is to gently press the knife against your stomach. You're doing a wonderful
What the
job.
fuck?
Now, press a little harder. Keep applying more pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh of your stomach. You might feel quite a bit of pain, but that's going to be temporary. You're doing a great job. I want you to pull the knife out. Is there a warm, red fluid sucking out of your stomach? If so, then you applied enough pressure. I know that this might be painful, but pretty soon it's going to be all over. I want you to repeat the process, except now go a little to the right of the original spot. Keep applying pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh. Now that you've done the process twice, for the third time, go to the left of the original spot. Once again, keep applying pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh.
Ugh.
You're doing a great job. Now return to the original spot. I want you to jab the knife into the wound 3 times. This time, don't slowly apply pressure. I want you to press the knife into your stomach as hard as you can. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Jeez.
You're doing a wonderful job. Are you in pain? Are you suffering? I know you are, but don't worry. It'll all go away soon. This is the last step. Are you ready? All you have to do is to repeat the process, except this time, press the knife against your neck. Whenever you're ready, just quickly thrust the knife into your neck. Then very soon, all the pain will go away.
Oh, God.
That's it. Let it all go. Pass on into the next world, wherever that might be. Goodbye. I can guarantee you will not be missed.
What the fuck? Did we make that? Oh, man.
James, you murdered her. You knew about her delusions. She always talked about the man in the radio, so you decided to become that character. You replaced the old radio and then played an audio file telling her to stab herself repeatedly with a knife. You knew she was delusional and had episodes of schizophrenia. She followed your instructions and eventually bled to death due to her self-inflicted injuries. Since all the evidence pointed to a suicide, you weren't charged with anything. You finally got what you wanted. You were finally free. You might be wondering how exactly you ended up dead. Well, for the first few months, you lived your life carefree. You actually enjoyed life to some extent, not being tied down by an ill relative. But eventually, that all came crashing down. It started off with brief, horrific, gruesome nightmares. Visions of her stabbing herself endlessly, blood gushing out of her wounds, flooding your mind with blood-red guilt. Slowly, these nightmares leaked into your daily life. You'd see her out of the corner of your eye, whether you were driving, walking down the street, or at work. Even though you killed her, she never really left. She lived in your mind and haunted you every day until you eventually couldn't fall asleep. Every time you closed your eyes, even for the briefest of moments, she'd manifest in your subconscious. Eventually, you went to the hospital and you were prescribed sleep medicine, but that only suppressed the issue. Slowly, your body adjusted to the medicine and you needed to increase the dose for the medicine to be effective. This process kept repeating until you were taking multiple times the recommended amount. You were addicted until one night you overdosed on sleep medication. Right now, in this moment, your physical body is currently in a hospital bed, hovering between the thin line of life and death. You're still probably wondering why you're here in God's basement. I'll finally tell you who I am and what this place really is. God's basement is a realm for those who have committed great sin but are still redeemable. The individuals that arrive in God's basement relive their own versions of hell, allowing them to reflect on their life and watch their slow descent into evil. Their resentment, hate, bitterness, and jealousy accumulate until those emotions manifest themselves through atrocious acts, yours being murder. You were backed into a corner, watching your life slowly pass you by. All those opportunities you sacrificed, all that potential wasted. You became bitter and resentful. Many could sympathize with you. Many might have even done the same. You were hopeless, and it felt like you were inside a living hell. I am called the Operator. I am an entity that manifests in God's basement. I manifest myself in different ways depending on the person. My job is to guide the person inside God's basement and allow them to relive their life from a different perspective. In your case, I manifested with many characteristics resembling the man in the radio. Hopefully this explanation cleared everything up. You're still probably wondering what happens now that you have all your memories. I mentioned earlier that God's basement are for those who are still redeemable. Even though you committed an atrocious sin, you were trapped in a hopeless existence. Also, the person you killed wasn't really your grandmother. She was a shell of her former self. Your grandmother died long ago. Part of you wanted to see her suffering cease. Your crime was both cruel and merciful at the same time. You are going to get a second chance at life. Pretty soon you're going to wake up in a hospital bed out of your drug-induced coma. Learn to live with what you did. The feelings of guilt, paranoia, and pain will never completely go away. James, make the most out of life and be grateful for this second chance. One last thing. Good luck.
Okay, we're waking up. No images of the grandmother, please. We're supposed to be done with this. No flashlight, okay. This isn't so bad. It's just lights, hospital ceiling. I know this. It's from The Evil Within. My girlfriend knows the melody too. I can't think of it. There's a lot of classical pieces in this game, which is really cool. I appreciate that a lot. There's the cello suite, and it's gonna bug me if I can't figure it out. Claire de Lune. So it used some pretty cool classical pieces. This game turned out to be a game about purgatory in a sense, which was pretty cool. So like I said, I'm going to try to stick for one episode a week until we can grow our subscriber basis and maybe drop a couple shorter episodes with some of my friends, like playing GTFO, Minecraft, Gary's Mod, games like that. But in the meantime, games like this, go away, Grandma. Games like this where we can invest a lot of time and that are bigger purchases off of Steam, we can turn it to a walkthrough. We're going to do at least one a week. So let's actually stick around and see if this does anything. If it, For someone that's this first game, this is really impressive. Alright, well, this was awesome being able to finish my first playthrough, especially a horror game. That I have a whole wish list on Steam that I'm going to be going through. I think next we're looking at Visage and not Layers of Fear, but Enter Insanity or something like that, and Stories of Madon and stuff like that. Some good horror games that can run on my new PC that we'll be playing over the next couple weeks. I really hope you guys enjoyed this because I had a lot of fun. I really enjoy horror games, and I enjoy getting scared and having people find enjoyment in that reaction or being able to react with me. So that's the end of God's Basement. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. And for sure, despite how bad or good this video does, you will be seeing a new one. Take it easy, guys.
The truth.